What is up and welcome back to the channel, all you rocking elite resellers. Today, what a beautiful Saturday it is here in Michigan. Not too cold, not too warm, perfect. I like sweater weather. I don't know about you or where you live at, what conditions you like. Of course, I love sunny 70, 80 degree weather as well. But everybody's got their preferences, right? I want people to look at eBay. In my content, I try to not only talk about eBay, but I also try to talk about life lessons I learned throughout life, with implementing them, how it can increase your journey on eBay, right? Because it is most definitely a journey. And picture yourself looking up at a mountain. I think a lot of us resellers do this. I'm talking like a massive mountain, one of the biggest mountains in the world, whatever that might be, right? I'm not that good with the landscape of mountains, but summing it up, right? So you say, you know what? I'm going to climb this mountain, Mount Everest, whatever it might be, right? I'm going to climb this mountain. You prepare, you bring your hiking boots, you bring, water supply, you bring everything that you would need. You've mentally been planning this out. And you're going to get conditioned for the next 90 days so you can actually make it up this mountain, right? And throughout this mountain, I want people to think about this. You prepared for 90 days for this mountain. You got your water supply backpack or whatever way you're going to stay hydrated. You ate all the right foods so you're carb loaded and have energy, right? Whatever it is that's going to help you throughout this process. I want everybody to think. Do you think throughout the climbing that mountain, even with preparing for 90 days, that everything's just going to go the way you want it to go? Because this is what I want people to think about eBay. Look at eBay as it's a mountain. It's a pyramid, right? It's a pyramid, and everybody starts at the bottom. And the struggles you're going to go through, some people can relate with them. Other people might not be able to relate with them because your lifestyle is different. For example, if me and you are both standing at the bottom of this mountain, we both conditioned for 90 days. Matter of fact, we conditioned together. There are going to be certain obstacles when I'm climbing that mountain that are going to challenge me. That's not going to challenge you. Okay? Of course, we all can relate. We most definitely all can relate with the inventory problem in the beginning, right? Because I'm a firm believer if everybody has an abundance of items to list right off the gate, everybody within 90 days could be listing 15 to 20 items a day. I'm a firm believer of that, okay? And if eBay allowed us to do that, but they set boundaries for a reason on eBay, and I think it's very important for the boundaries. I didn't understand them in the beginning. I get it now. But I didn't understand it. All that to the side, though, eBay is a mountain, man. It's just a mountain. In my opinion, this is what eBay is. It's a sea of money. Okay, the opportunity is inevitable. It is a sea of money with the amount of people that are on this platform daily looking to buy items. And if you haven't noticed within the past 10 years, the amount of people that would rather shop online and have it delivered to their home is way greater than it was 10 years ago, right? That's what people are doing. Matter of fact, some of our kids do, I don't know if it's called DoorDash or whatever it is, but they have Walmart and all that, bring their groceries right to their house. Like, it's convenient. But I think it's crippling in the same way. Here's why. I think that all this convenience, like, I've heard a lot, and I've made a lot of complaints throughout my life. I can relate with this too. That, man, life sucks. It's just not going the way it is. First of all, if you're an American, right, you're part of the 1%. If you're making $34,000 in America, you're part of the 1%, right? Even with the combined income. So we have a lot to be grateful for living in the United States. Is there certain shit that's fucked up? Absolutely, man. Come on. How many people do we got in America? You think that there ain't one person that's going to do some fucked up shit? There's going to be a whole lot of people that's going to do some fucked up shit, right? But the opportunity is substantial. So if eBay's a sea of money, okay, this is your sea of money. You're looking at the sea of money, and how am I going to make it? It's pretty evident that the more items you have on this platform, the more of that sea of money is going to come towards you, right? It's going to come towards you. And I think a lot of people put limiting beliefs on themselves. I did many a times. I talked about this in a video maybe a week ago, about the importance of letting go of your limiting beliefs, because your limiting beliefs will actually keep you right where you're at, right? It's going to keep you if you don't believe you're going to make it here, you first of all, you don't even got to worry about inventory. You got to change that woman or man mentality, right? Whatever you would like to call it. Say mentality. Some women will get upset about that. I say womanality. Most men will get up. It's crazy. It's just a word, right? If I say some words that offend people, please overlook it. I'm not stereotypical. I'm not sexist whatsoever. And that's one of the greatest things about the platform today in the society we're living in. The whole thing about women can do is what men can do, and men can do more than what women. It's a bunch of fun. It's just something to feed off into. Do yourself a favor. Don't feed off into that stuff. But the great thing about the eBay platform, they don't know if you're a man or a woman, and they don't care, right? They don't care. It doesn't matter your ethnic background. It don't matter what you believe in. If you're an atheist or if you're a Catholic, it doesn't matter if you're bright white with blue eyes or dark brown with black hair. It doesn't matter if you're Oriental. It doesn't matter anything. What matters is what you do. This is what I love about life is the opportunity in the United States is for everybody, right? I didn't understand this when I was younger and going through the struggle and working 9 to 5s and not understanding why I couldn't get on top. I did not saying I'm on top right now, but I did not understand. I thought something was special about the people that owned a company. All right. I thought something was special about Steve Jobs. And I'm not saying there wasn't. He was a workaholic and all kinds of crazy shit. But really, that man is built of the same structure as you are. The only thing, so if you really do the evaluation, you do the math, you do the studies and the statistics behind it, that man had nothing different than me and you. Went to college, he quit college, he believed in something and he went after it and he never gave up and he made it happen. Matter of fact, he got fired from his own company and they begged him to come back and then he fired the guy that brought him back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man he had a vision, he had belief in his idea, and he went after it. So this is why I think it's so critical to eliminate the self-defeating behaviors and thoughts. It's not going to be easy. A bad habit takes at least 21 days to 90 days to break, right? So it's not going to be happy. And there's not a single person that works a 9 to 5 that don't have bad habits, right? I don't think there's a single person that walks this earth that don't have a bad habit. Right? And it doesn't have to be smoking or drinking, or it can be self-defeating behaviors, your thought process, right? Those are all habits you've acquired throughout your environment, wherever you're raised, your family members, the society you're growing up into, the small little town you were brought up in, the friends you surrounded yourself with, the acquaintances the 9 to 5 life you put yourself in. All these create habits, and I believe firmly that they create limiting beliefs. Why? Okay, for 15 years, I've been going to this 9 to 5, and they're only willing to pay me $700 an hour cap, or $700 a week cap, right? So you set a limiting belief on yourself that you're only worth $700 a week. That is a bunch of nonsense and bullshit. You have to get rid of that. You are worth way more. You're worth way more money than $700 a week. Okay, this is what the company put on you. This is not who you are. You're not the value that a company is paying you. Please know that, okay? And I think it's very important to talk about some of this stuff. I don't see a lot of resellers getting deeper and talking about where these limiting beliefs stem from, and what's holding you back. You know, people are just like, well, you're just not listing enough items. Well, duh, that's evident, right? But why don't you have enough items to list? Because you believe you can't go out there and make it happen if you're broke, but you can. There are different avenues. I've told you, guys and girls, that I've dug out of trash cans. Okay, I've seen people bringing stuff out to the curb that I stopped and said, hey, are you throwing that away? They're like, yeah. I said, here, let's just throw it in the back of my vehicle. And made thousands of dollars that way. We've made thousands of dollars from the side of the road. Most people's problems, they won't humble themselves enough to do something like that. They're worried about what the homeowner of the house is going to think if they're out there picking through their trash. Fuck what they think. Who cares? They're throwing it away anyways, right? That person don't know you, never will know you. And even if it's your neighbor, they don't know the true you. They know the image you paint when you say, howdy doody neighbor, how you doing? Wonderful, it's great, everything's great. But they don't really know what's going on in your life. So who cares what they think? Right? That's the truth behind it. Who cares what people think? Who cares what your family members think about your journey on eBay? Who cares what the person at the thrift store thinks? Who cares what your people on Facebook? Who cares what anybody thinks? And just go after it, right? If you can eliminate these limiting beliefs and believe that you have the same capability as any other reseller that has made it on eBay, I believe you have the upper hand if you can believe that. The problem is you can't just believe it for 90 days. Okay, because that's what I did in the beginning. Actually, the first year I was, yeah! And then I started having to wait a minute. This ain't working as fast as I want it to work. Maybe I am only capable of a 9 to 5. Maybe my friends were right. This is never going to work out for me. You got to get over that. You got to overlook that and keep pushing through and climb that mountain, regardless of what obstacle arises to you when you climb that mountain. If you say you're going to get up there, you better get up there, or all that's going to do is put self-doubt in you. It's going to cripple you. It could possibly cause depression later through on life. People might think that's crazy, but it's the little things you say you're not going to do or you're going to do and you end up not doing that cause people to get depressed. They start disbelieving in themselves, and you might have the core belief, well, anything I start, I don't finish anyway, so what's the point of starting? Right? That was my number one right there. I'd have 30 projects going on, and I wouldn't finish a one of them, so what the hell would I even... It's pointless. Why would I start something? Because I'm not going to finish it. Okay? So try to put the end in mind. Like, right? If you're going to set a goal, where do you want to be? And picture yourself there already. Right? Picture yourself there already and start working backwards. You got to work backwards. People think set a goal and work towards the goal. I believe set the goal and work from the goal. Okay. I want to make 6 figures a year on eBay. Okay. For example, you already see yourself doing that. What is it going to take you to get there? How many items are you going to have to list a day? What's your average sale price going to have to be? How consistent are you going to have to be? What is my daily schedule going to have to look like? How many items am I going to have to do a day? How many items am I going to have to sell a day? How long is this actually going to take? Because right in the beginning, you're not going to sell as many items as you list. That takes time to happen on the eBay algorithm. Unfortunately, it does. But it does, right? But eventually, if you're listing 10 items a day, through time, you will sell 10 items a day. Now, there isn't no magic number that, okay, if I start today, there's not a set in stone number. If I start listing 10 items today, in 6 months, I'm going to sell 10 items a day. That's not true. And it might not be that way for you. It could happen faster. It might happen not as fast, right? It depends. It just depends, okay? That part, I don't think anybody can tell you a set number of, okay, Justin, if I start today and I'm going to list 20 items and I got enough inventory to list for the next year, am I actually going to be able to, in a year, sell 20 items? If you stay consistent every single day, I can't give you that number, right? I don't know what's going to happen in your life. You might have a hiccup. You might not hit 20 items today. What I will tell you is if you miss a day and don't hit them 20 items, you'll never get there. It'll take you see what it is. It's the slow process of doing what you say you're going to do on a daily basis and actually proving yourself to eBay. I'm a firm believer that once you prove yourself to eBay and stay consistent, the doors are open. They're open. If you're all over the place when you're listing and you list 20 today and tomorrow you list 13 and the next, and listen, if you're in that situation, I'm not telling you to get out of it, right? Because I get it. Maybe today you can find 20. Tomorrow you can only find 13. But do yourself a favor. Find a happy medium that you know you can list every day for the next 90 days. So if you're listing 21 day and 13 the next day, maybe drop it down to 10 items a day. That way you know for a fact that you have 10 items a day to be able to list. This is just the way it works, and I've overshot that. I had a pile of inventory. I didn't do the math. I didn't count it up. Okay, how many items do I have to list every single day this month? And 2 weeks in, I was out of inventory. So now it really looks bad. I actually screwed myself. And instead, I could have just said, okay, I'm going to do 13 items a day for the next 30 days because I know I have that much inventory. Because why? Because I just counted it. So do the things you don't want to do. Do the calculations. Do the math. What is it actually going to take me to make 6 figures a year? Don't you think you got to have 6 figures of income or inventory in order to make 6 figures a year? Now that can vary a little bit depending because, you know, if you had $85,000 of inventory and you plan on making a profit on all that 85, well then yes, you should be able to make 6 figures a year, right? But you got to do the math. Look at this mountain we were talking about earlier. And no, when you go up that mountain, I don't care how conditioned you are and how well you trained, something's going to get in your way. But don't let that deter you from your end goal. Something's going to get in your way on your eBay journey. I guarantee it. I don't care how you guys. I conditioned myself for a year. The stupidest thing I ever did. Now listen, I'm not telling you not to prepare, because those that don't prepare to fail, right? So I'm not telling you not to be prepared, but don't over prepare like I did. I studied it for a year. For what? Like after a month or two of doing research on eBay, you can pretty much sum up what you got to do. Matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, you can kind of get enough information to figure out what you got to do. I wasted 365 days of that and then started, right? And within that first month of me reselling, I learned more in that first month than I did that whole entire 365 days. Why? Because I started getting hands-on experience. I started learning, oh, this is what they meant about the titles. Oh, this is what they meant about the item specifics. Oh, this is what they mean about how many photos to do and what kind of background and when to have your packages done, how to deal with your customer service and how to actually package your items. This is what they meant. But just reading that and doing the research, watching video content such as this without applying anything is a big waste, and I did that. I don't encourage you to do that, okay? But I want to encourage everybody to go to whatever means. Here's what I think makes people win on eBay. You set a goal. You say you're going to get there regardless of the situations, the obstacles that come, and you never give up. I think the ones that fail set a goal, or they don't set a goal. They start going. A couple tough things happen. A few days go without sales, right? They get a few returns. They can't find no inventory, and they give up. If you can't make it through them type of situations, it's going to be very difficult for you on eBay. It might not be easy for you the first time, but the next time it'll get easier. I promise you that, right? You might get an unruly return that somebody's bitching you out, saying you're the worst reseller ever, and don't buy from their store. You know what? You can review that and get it reviewed and talk to eBay. There's ways around it. Learn it, right? I used to personalize my returns in the beginning, guys and girls. I used to get a return and they'd say something bad about me, and I thought they were attacking the character who I am. The truth is that person don't know you and never will, right? You don't know that item might be going to Honolulu. You don't know, right? First of all, that person, for an item to show up to their house and then be unhappy with it and then judge the character of who you are is batshit banana crazy anyways, right? That don't even make sense because they don't personally know who you are, right? I've literally had customers say they're out to get you. He's a scammer and all this. And I'm like, have you read the past 1,800 positive feedbacks from me? Not one has ever said that, right? So you can't personalize certain things throughout this journey. And don't personalize the setbacks. It is for everybody, okay? I'm telling you. Don't personalize if you can't find inventory. Don't be like, oh, yep, I just knew it. I'm a fucking loser. This isn't going to work for me. Everything I start, I fuck up. Don't personalize that shit, man. Look, everybody goes through that. This is another reason why I make this content, because I want to let people know throughout the journey, wherever you are at in your journey, whether you're in day 6, hour 6, or hour 6,500, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through, somebody else has went through it already in the eBay journey. Everybody, man. This is nothing. eBay never puts a magnifying glass on your store and says, we're going to burn this store away. Fuck this store, right? Unless you're doing some really cricket nasty shit. I don't know. If you're out doing something you're not supposed to be doing on there, if you are actually scamming people, first of all, I don't want you on the platform anyways. You don't deserve the opportunity. If you're willing, this is what I don't get. Everybody's capable to do well on eBay, okay? Everybody is, but then you get these people that come in and want to scam. It's like, dude, you don't even got to scam. You don't got to scam to make it, man. Like, you really don't have to. Like, here's what I don't get. Like, somebody will put a $200 vintage shirt up there, right? And then send them the fake shirt of it, right? Or why? Now you just screwed yourself. I hope that $200 was worth it, because you're never going to get anything else out of eBay, right? I don't get the whole thing behind scammers. I don't get it. It's not for me to get, because I'm not one, right? And I do everything in my power to report them if I do find out who they are, right? So, but anyways. So look at this eBay journey. You don't got to look at it as a mountain. But to me, if you put me in front of a Mount Everest right now and say climb it, I'm going to have a whole lot of setbacks. I might take one step forward and go back 4, right? I mean, it's going to take me some time to figure out how I'm going to get to the top of that mountain, right? There might be some injury that comes around, some setback. There could be all kinds of stuff that happens throughout the process of me and you climbing a mountain. We don't know. Like, we think it's just going to be, okay, there's this path right here, and we're just going to climb it because we've been conditioning for 90 days. But you don't know what's going on. You might come across a grizzly bear or something on your way up there, right? I mean, I'm not going to keep going towards a grizzly bear, are you? Like, no, that's an obstacle, right? So regardless of how good you plan it, I'm not, again, guys, remember, I'm not telling you not to plan. There are going to be some shit that comes your way. And the ones that make it are the ones that say, you know what, I'm not going to personalize this. I'm going to figure it out so I don't make the same mistake twice. Don't get emotional about your sales. Don't get emotional about your items. That's another good one. I think, I know I did this for quite some time. I knew this item was worth $30, so I wasn't willing to budge on it because I know someone out there will pay $30 for it, right? If somebody offers you 25, take it, man. Somebody offers you 22, take it. It's a sale. Move your items. Don't get so emotionally attached to your items where, you're not moving anything, because that ain't no good, right? You're not going to make it that way. Also, try not to get emotionally attached to your items, such as I want to wear everything that I get and sell, because I've had that too, right? I'm a hoodie guy. I like hoodies, right? So many of times I went to the thrift store, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll sell for $20. Grab it, bring it home, put it on. I'm not telling you, there has been times where I've wore a hoodie for a week, washed it up really good, enlisted it and sold it, right? If that's what you want to do that. But don't just every time you go to the thrift store start buying yourself something. I'm not telling you not to do nice things for yourself either. So don't get carried away with that. I think it is important. Once a month, go out and buy yourself an outfit or something. Go out and, do something nice. But I wouldn't do that your first year. I'd put everything back into it. But once you get established, I think it is important to do something nice for yourself. Celebrate your victories. This is another thing I think a lot of people don't do, or they overdo. Don't over celebrate your victories. Like, look, man, if you wanted to get to $3,000 in sales on eBay in a month and you did that, go take yourself to dinner or something, right? But once that dinner's done, get back and go to work, right? This is what happens with a lot of people be like, I did this myself. I'm like, I graduated high school. I partied the entire fucking year after that. Like, I did not have to celebrate it for that long. Like, 6 hours was good enough. I didn't have to celebrate it for 235 days after I graduated, right? It was crazy. It was silly. It was dumb, right? But it is important. I do believe it's very important to reward yourself, but in a proper allotted time. Don't you hit $10,000 in sales, go spend all that on yourself. That's ridiculous, right? Take yourself to dinner. Go do something nice for yourself. Go buy yourself a shirt. Go buy yourself a pair of pants, whatever makes you feel good. Maybe you're a shoe guy. Maybe you're a glasses guy. Maybe, or girl, right? Or a watch. Or maybe you like stuffed animals. Go buy yourself something nice, right? But after that, get back to work. It's your boy Flip Soup. I hope you guys have a rocking day. If any of this content helps you guys out, please drop a comment below. Let me know. Let me know what you would like to hear. Again, I'm making 2 videos a day for this entire year. And if I miss one, somebody in this group or on YouTube, hold me accountable. Why am I doing this? Because I have a problem with holding myself accountable. I have a problem myself with consistency, right? Have I been getting my items done? Absolutely. But throughout my 4 years, have I had a spurt here and there? I'd miss a day here and miss a day. Yes, I have. And that has set my eBay store back. And it will do the same to you. There's nothing more unique about you than there is about me, and there's nothing more unique about me than there is in you, okay? This is a system. It's a platform. It's set up to win. And if you do what they expect you to do, you will win. It's the journey that you're going to go through in the beginning that's going to differ from mine, because I don't know your struggle and you didn't know my struggle. You might be able to go out there and get as much inventory as you want right now. I was not capable of doing that in the beginning. Okay, I had to start at square one. Now the next person, like I said, might have some money to invest. Super rad. That's great for you. You got the upper hand. And but somewhere along the line, you're going to hit a shift. Somewhere along the line, something ain't going to go the way you want it to go. And the only way to make it through that is to keep pushing forward. Think about the process. Okay, what happened? Write a solution down so it don't happen again. Don't keep making the same mistakes. Right? If you're not getting your items up every single day, start evaluating your day. Okay, what am I doing throughout my day? Where am I wasting time? Okay, write that shit down and don't let it happen again, right? It's not simple, but it is that simple, right? It's difficult, but it's easy. It's hard to put them two words right next to each other because they very much so contradict themselves. But the process on eBay actually is simple once you learn it, okay? I'm not saying what you're going to have to go through to get the process down and to get your inventory system built up is going to, I'm not saying that's going to be simple, but the layout's there. It's all over YouTube. It's all, matter of fact, they're teaching, they got an eBay Academy now. They didn't have that when I first started learning. My eBay Academy was Rally Roots, Daily Refinement, and Tech and Sports. That was my academy, right? That's who I listened to, and it worked. Right, but now they have it on the platform where the eBay Academy. Go through that. This will teach you how to do item specifics. This will teach you the importance of this. This will teach you the importance of listing consistently. This will teach you the importance of photography. This will teach you the importance of pricing your items. It's just crazy. They didn't have. I strongly suggest you, if you haven't done that yet, do that. Right. So, if this video or any of the video contents helped you out at any means, do me a favor. Share the video. Right? If you're able to share the video on Facebook, share it. I don't know if you can because it's a private group, but on YouTube, you can share the channel. Look, I'm not expecting anything from anybody. I'm never going to advertise for anybody. None of that rah-rah-rahs bullshit, right? I don't want none of that. I don't want any of your money ever. The only thing I ask for you guys to do, share the channel, right? If you got something out of it, maybe it didn't improve your eBay business, right? But you got something out of it to think about. Maybe it might hit somebody that's going through something, right? And their journey or in life in general, because a lot of this stuff on eBay, if you apply it to your life too, your life gets better. It's crazy, right? My firm belief, it's the law of attraction, right? If you're doing what you say you're going to do in a consistent manner on a daily basis, you're going to get good results. All BS to the side, if you do the opposite, you're going to get results too. There's always results, whether good or bad. I want to see everybody get good results, right? And it's the greatest thing. What's crazy? This is going to sound real bad. My life was a complete fucking mess 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Okay, I was fucking up. Okay, I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. I could barely hold on to a job. I was just a fucking mess. Okay, now I got there through a consistent behavior. That consistent behavior was putting shit off, not believing in myself, staying at this job, not dealing with my emotions, not dealing with my responsibilities. So I drank to the bottle, and the bottle led to the drugs, and the drugs led to bad stuff, right? It all leads to bad. Regardless of what you're doing, it's giving you results. Now, why would you want bad, right? Regardless of what you're doing in your eBay business today, if it is bringing you bad results, flip the script and make it start bringing good results, right? Procrastination is number one. That'll give you some real bad results on eBay, right? Not hitting your number on a daily, consistent basis. That'll give you more bad results, right? It'll give you results, but it's not going to give you the results you're looking for. So everything is result reliant, basically, right? Everything is, regardless of what habits you're doing on a daily basis, it's giving you results. You got to ask yourself, are you happy with your results? And you got to be honest with yourself. And if you're not happy with your results, shift something. People get depressed, be like, life sucks. Well, I'm sorry to say it. Listen, now I'm not stupid and I'm not naive. I totally get it. People lose their family members. People lost their girlfriend. People lost their boyfriend. People lost their husband or wife or their kid or something. I totally get it. That is a result. That is something outside of here. Okay, but I see people walking around. They got a roof over their head. They got food in the fridge. Their two kids have freaking clothes on their back. They have 3 vehicles in the driveway, and they're fucking miserable. For what? They're very depressed. Maybe it's because they're stuck. There's something that's missing out of their life. They're tired of the routine. They want to get more out of life, but they won't do it because they're stuck in this system. This never-ending system of work for the least I can actually make. It's crazy. It's crazy to get caught up in here when you have opportunities like this. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop. You guys have a rocking day.